and I have the Patriots 15th, and I know I'm going to get yelled at, and X is going to explode on me, and we're going to get comments, you're an idiot, they have Drake May, they have this. There are so many questions, and I keep coming back to it, and we've talked about it throughout the course of the offseason. For me, offensive line is huge. And while I look at the Jets' offensive line and say, hey, there's potential here if they stay healthy, I'm betting on that and a couple unknowns. With the Patriots, I'm betting on what? There's no left guard. There's a rookie left tackle that was their 5th choice to play left tackle. Could be good. I don't, everything so far from Will Campbell, fine. Not in pads yet. Garrett Bradbury stepped down from what David Andrews was. Mike Nwenu not in shape. Morgan Moses is 34. It's like, I don't know how much better the offensive line is going to be from last year. And, oh, by the way, Doug Marrone is the offensive line coach, has been quick to get fired in a couple other spots and has had a hard time reaching veteran offensive linemen, which may reason to why the Patriots have 2 other assistants under him, including Robert Kugler, who's only 32. Doug's abrasive. Doug might, rub some of these young guys wrong. Well, here's Kugler. You're the one who's got to smooth it over with some of these players. But again, that's a wide receiver room. Yeah, Steph Diggs could be a 1,000-yard receiver. He could also struggle to come back from the ACL, who've already had some off-field stuff. I don't know. And then what's beyond him? There's competition there, but it's not high-level competition. We're not talking about this guy could be a 1 one day. This guy could be a real 2 one day. We're not really sure of that. So for me, Jets 16, Patriots 15, Browns 14, and then I had the Titans 13. Again, there is some projection here. For certain teams, you look at it a certain way. This is just where I feel about it right now.
Yeah, I had the Patriots 14. I think they should, by the end of the year, if things break the right way, specifically with Campbell and Diggs.
Yep.
And maybe one of that group of the mid, as I'll call it, it kind of applies to the Jets too, and applies to other teams, which I'll touch on here in a second. Can one of those guys, can Javon Baker be like an NFL number 3 receiver, and that you go in and it's like, hey, Baker, Pop, and Polk and Diggs going into next year and adding someone, we feel really good about the group. I've talked about this a million times. If Campbell's a really good NFL player right away, this really helps. If Hunter Henry continues to be a really good player, that helps a lot. Again, from a running back perspective, I love the Patriots running back room on paper. They got a guy with a rookie that's really awesome, but I'm not sure how the feet are going to hold up. And they've got a running back that their starter that last year was unplayable at times because he couldn't stop fumbling. So again, Ramondre, when he's Ramondre, awesome player. Mm-hmm. He raises them, but what Ramondre am I getting in 2025? The really good player or the guy you're like, no wonder Bill wanted to bench this guy, right? I have them 14, but again, the Jets I have 13. I debated between the Jets and the Steelers. I'm going to give the Steelers, actually, you know what? F this. I'm going to go Steelers at 13, Jets at 12. These 3 teams all should be higher in my opinion, but there's just not really there's not really a spot to go. The Jets should be in the top 10 by the end of the year because that means the offensive line is what it's supposed to be. And it's any team with a really good offensive line generally is at least a pretty good group on offense. The Jets have top-end talent, but again, I don't know what Mason Taylor, Breece Hall, and this offensive line are going to be yet. I know Garrett is going to be really good. Everything else, really like the running back room, but is Breece a tier 1 guy still? Is he more like the 15th best back? Is he the 20th best back? Or is he the 3rd best back in the league? Those all matter. Is Arian Smith a decent football player? And it's like, oh, wow, the Jets have a burner now, and Josh Reynolds looks like 2022 Josh Reynolds. And it's like, oh, this group isn't great, but it's pretty solid. And Mason Taylor's the Jets are all projection. And you mentioned with Engstrand, but I put the Steelers 13th. I don't know what I'm missing. I think DK has had his best year. Maybe I'm wrong, and DK's still a really good player. I'm by no means sitting here saying DK's not good.
Right.
Firemoose a good player. Am I going to start doing handstands for Calvin Austin? Jalen Warren is a really cool, angry runs guy, and that's awesome. But last year was supposed to be the big Jalen Warren year, and it wasn't. So, and I think Caleb Johnson's potentially going to be good, but I felt like going into the draft, it was like guys thought he was the second best back, or people were like, he's a day 3 pick, you know?
Right.
And I don't know if it was you or somebody mentioned, like, I don't really love him. Like, they're like, I don't know. I don't get it. So I went Titans, Browns, Patriots, Steelers, Jets. Honestly, all those groups just really are not like, there's either offensive coordinator problems, depth problems, top end talent problems. You could mix and match, to your point, any of those 5 in any order. Yeah, I'm probably a little higher on the Jets just because I think from an offensive line perspective, they have the best group of any of those guys, and I'm just valuing that. But like, the Jets could easily be 16-2.